Hello and welcome, Dirty William here, back with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. So, somebody posted a mono white enchantments deck, and I have a bunch of wild cards. Not enough to make like a four-color deck or anything, but I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. Why not? It's monocolored, so the mana base is decent. I could go ahead and put like Fountain Port or other things like that in here to help it out, but I'm just using the list as it is. I think it has a pretty good base if I want to eventually do a black-white enchantments or a black and blue enchantments. Take some cards away, add some. At the moment, I've got 78 commons, 29 uncommon, 24 rare, and 21 mythic wild cards. So I've got quite a bit, but 24 rares, just the mana base alone on some of these 3-4 color deck, like a Sultai deck that I saw looked really rad, but with all the cards I would need, it's like I would go bankrupt. I'm not even sure if it would be a good thing for me to even make. It's not a quote meta deck, but plays a lot of cards that I enjoy and has a good premise. But yeah, I thought, hey, why not splurge? Get some basic commons and stuff like that. And again, the base for this kind of deck would lend itself to an Azorius enchantment deck, or an Orzhov enchantment deck, or maybe even a Celestia, which I think the Celestia one is probably better of them all because you have some things that you can use to like protect your creatures a little bit better. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into the deck here. So in the one drop slot, we have Ethereal Armor. It's an aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike. First strike is pretty decent. Um, Buffing up just one dude. It's got tons of enchantments in here, so the thing's going to be pretty large. Uh, Optimistic Scavenger, 1/1 for 1 white mana. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So it doesn't have to be this creature, it could be something else. Shard Mage's Rescue is an enchantment, costs 1 white, has flash, and this is kind of a protection spell for your guys. You cast this in response when somebody's trying to kill off one of your guys. Enchant creature you control. As long as Shard Mage's Rescue entered this turn, enchanted creature has hexproof. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. So that's neat. Slumbering Sleep Guard. I put one of these in, and I took out one of the other cards. I think it's the Veteran Survivor that I didn't really like very much. So I put in a Slumbering Sleep. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, or whenever an enchantment you control enters, you scry one. So I thought that would give me a little bit of versatility to see what's going on. And I can pay 3, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each enchantment I control. So for 3 mana and lots of enchantments on the table, it's pretty good. Veteran Survivor, a 2/1 for 1 white. So it's basically Savannah Lions from way back when Savannah Lions was a thing. Survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Veteran Survivor is tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, which is useful to get rid of possibly somebody trying to reanimate their dudes. As long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with Veteran Survivor, it gets +3/+3 and has hexproof. So this thing would turn into basically a 5/4 with hexproof. Cannot be targeted. So big, beefy, nasty monster guy, which sounds great, and I really like the fact that you can get rid of cards in somebody else's graveyard, or even your own if you really wanted to. But in kind of playing against Sparky and stuff like that, it really wasn't that great. But I'll probably miss it whenever I'm going against some kind of Valgavoth deck. So we'll see what happens there. In the 2 drops, we have a 2/2 for 2 mana, Fear of Surveillance. It has Vigilance. Whenever Fear of Surveillance attacks, surveil 1. So you can kind of get this pretty beefy, like maybe a 4/4 or a 5/5, with the enchantments and the token or the counters and stuff like that. And it has vigilance, which is nice. So you can attack with it and leave it back for a block or 2. Orphans of the Wheat, a 2/1 for 2 mana. Whenever this card attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Orphans of the Wheat gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature tapped this way. So if I have creatures I don't want to send into combat, at least the other guys are useful, I guess. So, I mean, sure. Again, I've played with it, and I'm not really that impressed by it. So we'll see how it goes in actual games. Another enchantment for 2 mana, Sheltered by Ghosts. Enchant creature you control. When Sheltered by Ghosts enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghosts leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has lifelink and ward 2. So, a lot of stuff going on there, but effectively, I can take out a non-land permanent like a creature, or an Urbresk's Forge, or a whatever else that might be on the table that's kind of hampering my ability to function properly. I can get rid of it. So it gets rid of a thing. Plus, the creature itself has Ward 2, so killing that thing off is not going to happen unless they spend some more mana. Plus, it gets a +1/+0 and it has lifelink, and lifelink is pretty decent. Trapped in the Screen, a 3 mana enchantment with Ward 2. Again, whenever somebody tries to target this, they have to pay an additional 2. When Trapped in the Screen enters, exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment an opponent controls until this card leaves the battlefield. So it's removal, basically. It's a 3 mana uh, Cage of Hands / whatever, but it also targets artifacts and enchantments. So kind of nice. Enduring Innocence, 2/1 for 3 mana. It is a creature with lifelink. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. So there's a little bit of a card drawing engine there. All the creatures that we have are power 2 or less whenever they enter the battlefield. When this triggers only once per turn, so you're not going to be drawing out like a billion cards. I've seen a lot of things recently in the last year or so, or since I got back into playing Magic Arena. A lot more things that specifically say this ability triggers only once a turn. I think they're trying to get away from like broken, silly, stupid combos. And they're like, yeah, we didn't have a chance to playtest this very much, so just slap that on there and we're fine. The other part of this, whenever this creature dies, if it was a creature, returned to the battlefield under its owner's control, it's an enchantment. So if it dies, it comes back as an enchantment, and I still get the benefit of when one or more creatures I control with power 2 or less enter, I get to draw cards, so it's kind of nice. Grand Entryway is one of the new room cards. It is a common card. One side of it I can pay 2, a white and a non-color, or any color. When you unlock this door, create a 1/1 white glimmer enchantment creature token. So I get a dude off that. If I pay the other side of that for 3 mana, when you unlock this door, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So it has a benefit immediately of I get a guy, and then maybe the turn later, if I ever have another guy out, like on turn 1, I can chuck on a 1/1 counter onto the glimmer that I created and the other guy. So let's see, 3 of those in there. The next one is Surgical Suite, another room. It's an uncommon. One side is Surgical Suite for 2 mana. When you unlock this door, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I can get back basically any of the guys that are in the yard with that. The other side of it is 4 mana. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. So every turn, I can put a 1/1 counter on a creature that is attacking, and then round it out with 23 planes. So yeah, let's get into this, see how it does for a few games, and kind of go from there. So this hand is not really that great. I do have a way to create a dude, and then on turn 3 I can use Trapped in the Screen, I guess. I don't know. I don't know really how to mulligan this thing. In kind of testing it out against Sparky, I was just keeping anything that had like a 1 mana dude. There aren't that many creatures in here, unfortunately. Oh, good. Now I get to start discarding things. Well, let's get rid of that. I don't want to really show off my removal necessarily. Let's do this and create a 1/1 Glimmer guy. So at least we have a guy. They'll probably cut it down or something like that. I mean, they're playing, looks like a mono black deck. I like the sleeves. Those are nice. Those look cool. Neat. Let's see. Let's attack, play land, and play that. It's a 2/1 creature. If it dies, I still get it as an enchantment. So in the future, whenever I play more dudes, I'll get some benefit. Get to draw a card. Okay. Target creature opponent controls. Yep, it died. So it's going to come back as an enchantment. I'm going to crack their Hopeless Nightmares so they can scry 2, set up their next draw. They didn't like either of those cards. Okay. So let's play a Plains and an Ethereal Armor, I guess. Let's see, what can this do? 1/1 counter up to each. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just target this guy. Get in for some damage. And we'll end the turn. I'd like to save the other half of that enchantment, the room, to actually play when I can, do something, have more characters, more guys on the table. I do have trapped in the screen, so that's good to get rid of something, but, oh, okay, well, they're going to get rid of one of my trapped in the screen. That's fine. Bandit's Talent to get rid of the other one, sure. Okay, so they are tapped out. We could go ahead and do that, but again, I think I would kind of want to wait. We'll just attack with our 5/5 guy. Very doubtful they're going to block with their Deep Cavern Bat. Opponent takes 5 down to 9. We'll end the turn keeping the plains in our hand because if they play another discard spell, then, no biggie. Hey, Shieldred! Hello, Shieldred. And she has Death Touch, yes? Yes, she does. Opponent swings Deep Cavern Bat for 1 damage. I'm going to 15, and they go to 10. I draw a card. Optimistic Scavenger. How about we play this? Player Plains. Do you think they would block with their Shieldred? Let's find out. Let's attack into Shieldred. They did not block. So now we can play an Orphans of the Wheat. We're going to take the damage anyway. And we can draw a card. Oh, I guess since I already played, it only triggers once per turn. Oh, I forgot about that. Well, we got another guy on the table anyway. Always important to read the cards. Yep, level 3 on the Bandit's Talent, so now they're going to be drawing a card and gaining 2 life. I lose 2 life. Draw an Awesome Plains. That is cool. Let's unlock the room. Target up to 2 creatures to put tokens on. Let's spread the love around for those guys. We will put another one there. Why not? And if I attack with everything, they pretty much just have to block. They're down to 1 card in hand. Kill spell? Okay, they're blocking the Orphan with Shieldred. I got my Trapped in the Screen back, so I'm going to play a land. Let's see. Target artifact or enchantment. Let's get rid of that thing since they love it so much. Target a creature. Put a 1/1 counter on that guy. Opponent draws, gains 2 life, back up to 7. 2 cards in the hand and 6 mana on the table. Play another land for 7 mana. Attack with Shieldred for 4. I'm down to 3. Play another Shieldred as a blocker, getting rid of the other one. Sure. I am down to 2 life. They're going to block my 6/6, and then I'm going to die on my upkeep. No, we just got to play it out. Yeah, not enough damage coming through. Good game, though. I have a plains in hand. If I had drawn... Well, I'd have pretty much have to draw some kind of removal. Yeah, I mean, I'm dead just by you attacking. You don't even have to do all that. You could literally just attack and, yeah. It's killing me with, you know, with extra moves. On to the next game. We've got an Optimistic Scavenger on turn 1, or a Sleep Guard. Either one of those would be nice. Which would I rather have? Which would I rather have on the table? Would I rather have the Sleep Guard? Because next turn, let's do the Optimistic Scavenger. Either of those things are going to get shocked, lightning strike, whatever. I mean, they can be destroyed pretty easily. But at least this way, if I play the Grand Entryway on my next turn, hey, they're doing Azorius shenanigans. That's cool. Okay, so let's play our Grand Entryway. We get an enchantment. So the ability triggers, we're going to put a 1/1 counter on that. We're going to put a 1/1 counter on... Let's just go ahead and beef that thing up and attack in. They're not going to block with their Inquisitive Glimmer. No way. I do like the blue-white version because it gives you that discount, which is kind of nice. Opponent plays a plains, so now they have exit. This looks like a 3-color... oh god, I can't remember the name of it. And they just put out an Overlord of the Mistmoors, so they have a couple of 2/1 critter guys, no blocks. Impending goes away. We will play a plains. Could unlock this for 3 and put a couple 1/1 counters on things. Let's go ahead and do another Grand Entryway so we get another guy and a couple more counters. Let's see. Let's put that on there. Put that on there. Attack with everything. They're going to double block that guy. I'm going to play my Shard Mages whatever, so I can put another 1/1 counter on it. So I can basically make them lose their guys. Opponent plays a mountain. Jeskai, that's what it is. The white, red, and blue. America! Mirror Room. Whenever you unlock this door, create a token that's a copy of target creature control, except it's a reflection in addition to the other types. So now they have two of the Inquisitive Glimmers, which is going to decrease the cost of their room unlocks and enchantment spells by 2. Kind of nice. Land would have been useful there. So you got 3 mana. We can unlock this and put some some counters on things. I think we'll do that. Unlock that door. Target up to 2 creatures, so let's put some on the little rabbit guys we got. Put one on here, because why not? Attack with everything. They've got a lightning strike mana available. Opponent down to 7. Opponent's turn, they draw a card. I like these two. Whee! I think it's Maha. Opponent plays a Ghostly Dancer. Return an enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Unlock a locked door. Oh, so they unlock the other side. Cool. Now they have a 6/6. Awesome. Let's see. Play the planes. Let's... attack with everything, then we can Sheltered by Ghosts? No, we can't do that. That's not an instant. For some reason I thought that had flash, and it does not. That is a terrible misplay, because if it did, then I maybe be able to eat their Overlord or something like that. Maybe I should just send the Overlord in, or this Optimistic Scavenger in anyway. Maybe block it with a 3/1, because they're not going to give up their Overlord. We'll send in one guy. They got a bunch of flyers, and that's one thing that this does not have is flyers. So they double block. Cool. Cool. So what can we do here? Slumbering Sleep Guard. And Enduring Innocence, and at least set up our next turn. Sheltered by Ghosts would be a thing. Let's get rid of that. I don't need another land. I need some, like, removal. Should we play the Veteran Survivor? If it's tapped, exile one card from a graveyard. They're not doing any graveyard stuff, so I think that would be... I mean, it's a guy. I don't know, whatever. We'll play it out. Sorry for taking so long. So opponent has Ghostly Dancers, which is a 2/5 flyer. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and when you fly in locker room, create a 3/1 white spirit creature token with flying. They're getting back their discount guy. They're creating 2 more guys, 4 more flyers because of this other Fractured Realm, or no. Yeah, the enchantment they've got. Yeah, I'm getting buried here under enchantment things. I think the damage is pretty much done. Because their things are basically doubling. That's a really nice combo, though. So ideally, I would like to get something to get rid of that doubling thing, but then again, I'm pretty much dead next turn. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's play... Let's see. I could unlock this and get a 1/1 counter on a couple guys. Let's play our play Enduring Innocence. I at least get to scry, but is that really useful right now? I don't think it's really useful right now. Let's unlock that. Put a couple of counters on things that don't even matter. They literally have... Yeah, I think I'm just going to scoop it up. This is... I'm getting buried under the multiple triggers. They have like 3 ones out the wazoo, and there is no way that I can... The only removal I have is that whatever thing. Ossification might be a good thing too, but I think that only gets rid of creatures, I think. Well, I've got a way to make a guy, I guess. Keep. I can make a guy. I can put ethereal armor on it. Let's see, turn 2. Yeah. Hello. Turn 2 grand entryway, make a guy. Opponent played an island. I'm playing the grand entryway. I get a 1/1 glimmer. Opponent's turn. They play a swamp and a Barrow Naughty, which is a 1/3 flying fairy. Okay, so we'll play a plains. Sheltered by Ghosts. Has Ward 2, so that's a thing. And if I put an ethereal armor on it, attack with a 6/5 on turn 3. Doesn't seem terrible. Also has lifelink, which is not bad. Mocking Sprite. Okay. We'll attack. No blocks from the opponent. Opponent down to 8. Second main phase, play a plains. A veteran survivor. And unlock the door. Put a couple counters on things. I should have left a mana up for Shard Mage's Rescue. Now that thing's going to get bounced, I'm sure. Opponent plays an island. Opponent plays a fairy with flying. Whenever you attack with one or more fairies, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard a card this way, put a 1/1 counter on target fairy you control. So they discard an island. They put a 1/1 counter on the Mocking Sprite and attack for 3. I'm down to 29. Attack with both. They block with the Talon's Messenger. Pass the turn. Oh, I forgot that has first strike. Let's see. Let's remove that guy. In the turn. I got 4 mana up, so I can at least use the Shard Mage's Rescue. Opponent plays Deduce at the end of turn, draws a card, makes a treasure. God, I'm at 36 left. I didn't even realize that. That's insane. Of course, the enchantment that gives lifelink is stupid. They got like Godzilla sleeves. That's pretty rad. I don't have any special things like that because all the points that I get and the gold and whatnot, I spend it on packs just so I can get more cards. Maybe that's not the way to do it. I should just, but I don't know. The packs are fun. Not as fun as in real life, but still fun. Opponent is thinking. I guess I got the salt rope there. I don't know. Um, Yeah, I'm assuming that the opponent is having connection issues or something like that, or they just were not interested. They just AFK'd and said, you know what, forget it, guy." Sure, I'll keep it. Why not? Hello, opponent. Oh, he got a big green ball, sticky guy. It's hot. Play planes. Opponent said hello back. What do you know? And they play a swamp and a hopeless nightmare. So right off the bat, I fucking hate them. God. The one I don't like is that guy. So how about we get rid of that guy? I'm not a fan of him. Let's see. Let's play this surveillance dude. Because why not? The 2-2. 2-2 for 2. Tithing Blade. Sure. Why not? I sacrificed that guy because why not? Let's play an optimistic scavenger. Let's play this here thing. The room. So we get a couple triggers. We'll put a counter on the 2-2 Glimmer Bunny thing, whatever it is. Token enchantment creature Glimmer. Tithing Blade, sure. We'll just, I guess, sacrifice that guy, and then you can cut down the other one. Sure, why not? Let's do Ethereal Armor. And there's nothing really we can trap in the screen here. I mean, craft with creature. They don't have any creatures. Yeah, we'll just go to next and attack for 5, I guess. Really need some card draw. We'll keep the trapped in the screen thing in our hand. In case they play something. Demolition Field. For some reason I thought that was like a rare thing. There's some rare land like that does something like that. Hey, there's Lily. She's gonna make me sacrifice my guy.
And you think you can win?
Yep.
One of your friends has to leave.
We will play trapped in the screen. And get rid of Lily. Artifact creature or enchantment. Well, son of a bitch, it's not even Planeswalker? That's dumb. I'll just get rid of your ability to draw a card. How about that? There you go. I'm creatureless. I have 4 mana on the table and not much else. Each player discards a card. Sure.
Won't be outsmarting.
Yep, I am not sitting here doing this. That is no fun for me. It might be salty, but why waste my time? That is better. So, yeah. We'll keep that. We have a turn 1 drop guy there. Say hello to our opponent. Opponent draws a card. Opponent plays an island. And a Spyglass Siren. They get a map token. We will play a Plains. Sheltered by Ghosts. +1/+0 has lifelink and ward 2. It's really not going to get us there, though. Let's just play another optimistic scavenger and no attack. I doubt they're going to play something on turn 2 that is going to, like, just destroy me, but you never know. Opponent plays a forest. Baker's Bane Duo. Create a food token. Whenever you expend 4, Baker's Bane Duo gets... I'm trying to read. Baker's Bane Duo gets +1/+1 to end of turn. Okay. So let's... We could Trapped on the Screen, but they got something bigger coming up, I'm sure. Sheltered by Ghosts. Let's play that. Targeting that. Put some counters. Oh, we gotta get rid of that first. We'll get rid of their guy. Put some counters on things. And attack with both. Opponent's turn. Draw a card. Play a tapped land. Lush Oasis deals 1 damage to me. Opponent does a Hollow Scavenger, create a food token, and then plays a Ginger Brute. Can't be blocked this turn except by something. Except by creatures with haste, and it can also be... Okay. Well, a land would have been nice, but Ethereal Armor is not too bad. So let's play Grand Entryway. That comes into play, so we're going to get some triggers here. It creates a guy, so I get a couple more triggers. And we'll play Ethereal Armor on that guy. Get a couple more triggers. Spread the love around, and attack for 13, which is almost lethal. Up to 24 life. Opponent's turn, draw a card. Opponent plays another Lush Oasis. I'm down to 23. They play a Tough Cookie, creating a food token. They got food for days. And they play a Case of the Filched Falcon. We control 3 or more artifacts. Let's see what that says. To solve, let's see, whenever this case enters, investigate. To solve, you control 3 or more artifacts, which they did, and then they can pay 3, put 4/1 counters on target non-creature artifact. It becomes a 0/0 bird creature token with flying, or creature with flying in addition to its other types. So they could have like basically a 4/4 flyer, flying bird. Okay. So what do we got here? We got an Orphans the Wheat thing. Got some ways to create dudes, ways to get some guys back. Hello? Kitty. I thought they changed colors. Do they not change colors? Oh, he's got a hairball. Ugh. Let's play Plains and pass. Opponent draws. Plays an island. Sleep Cursed Fairy, which is a 3/3 flyer with ward 2. They can pay 2 mana and untap it. Cool. Let's play a Plains. And I guess we'll get one of these Grand Entryway things down, just so we can get a 1/1 dude. Opponent plays a swamp. Deduce to draw a card and investigate. My turn. Play a plains. We will play a slumbering keep guard. Attack, and then second main. Play a Sheltered by Ghosts. We'll get rid of that guy. No, we can't. Sure, we'll just get rid of their treasure token, I guess. Grand Entryway, that's another guy. Is that good enough? Sure, why not? I really have no idea. It has Ward 2 and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. This has Ward 2 as well. Mocking Sprite. Instants and sorceries cost 1 less. Cool beans. Should we unlock this, maybe? Might be the best thing to do. Do that. And attack with my 2/2 Bunny Rabbit. See if they block with the Mocking Sprite. They do not. Each opponent discards a card. Okay, let's get rid of the Orphans of the Wheat because that's... Yeah. No way I can block a 2/1 flyer, so that's good. That costs 4 mana. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. Trapped in the Screen is nice. We'll take that. One attacker. Now it's a 4/3. They take 4 down to 13. Opponent's turn. Plays an island. I didn't realize fairies were like the big thing right now to play. Oh, nice one! That's a great card. I like that. Fairy Slumber Party. Costs 6. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. That's pretty rad. And then, of course, the things like fall off. So, that's cool. Yeah, I like it. So let's play our Sleep Guard guy. We will play... Do I have any creatures in the graveyard? Yeah, just that one. Not a fan of that one, though. We'll do this. We'll get a Glimmer creature guy. Create a Glimmer. Scry, Fierce Surveillance, has Vigilance, 2/2 with Vigilance. I don't think that's really what I want right now. I really want something that I can use to bulk up my guys. Neither of those is really doing it for me. Opponent plays a Scoured Springs and hits me in the face for 1. Opponent plays another 2/3. I have to discard a card. We'll get rid of that, I guess. Opponent plays a Sleep Cursed Fairy. attacks for 2. I draw a Plains. So what are my options here? Whenever I attack, I put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. I could make another Glimmer guy, or I could just get rid of the guy that they've got here. I'm not sure which one would be better. Get rid of this one, or get rid of that one. We're going to get rid of the 2/1 guy, or 2/3 guy. Do not need more land. Thank you very much. Attack for 2. Put a 1/1 counter on the Sleep Guard guy. Opponent down to 10. Should I play the plane? Sure, why not? What does it matter? Soured Springs, dealing 1 damage to me. I wish they showed here on these, like, what was... I guess the ones that are black are locked. Mocking Sprite, another 2/1. Picklock Prankster. And a Sleight of Hand. Attacking for 2 in the air, I'm down to 16. Drew another land. That's exactly what I didn't want. Let's see. I could unlock this. Put some counters on guys. Attack with both. They block. They double block. They kill the rabbit. Try not to put all my eggs in one basket. God, the only thing that I have in is that Orphans of the Wheat, and I'm just not a fan of that. In the turn. Opponent plays an island. Another 2/3 flyer. Untap the fairy. Untap it again. So they're going to be attacking for 7 in the air. Attacking for 5, leaving a couple back as blockers. When you unlock this door, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Maybe I just need to do that. Go ahead and get that guy back. Why not? Both of these are already unlocked, so that's not really going to help me very much. They're going to be, let's see, they block both of my guys with the little fairies, and then on the other swing I'm taking 7. I don't have much of a choice here. Got to unlock that pretty much. Hey, that's useful. Kinda. We'll attack with both. So a couple 4/4s out of the deal. They don't have trample, so they just get blocked by the 1/1s. Okay. Opponent's down to 3, draws a card. Opponent attacks for 7. No way I can block all the flyers. Hopefully he has a Monstrous Rage. Just put me out of my misery. Yep. Untap for a blocker. You gotta have removal in hand, right? Gotta have removal in hand. Our next play is the Shard Mage's whatever it is. So that's a protection spell, basically. I think they've got some kind of removal in their hand. I would assume that they have something like that. I don't know. Let's attack with everything. Three attackers. They block the 3/2. And go to -6. I was expecting some kind of tricksy, like, murder there. Huh. Well, there's my 50% win rate. Yay. And crack them open. Let's see what we get out of the Duskmourn. Anything good at all. Let's see. Got all those things already. Ticket Booth, 3 mana, Manifest Dread, and Tunnel of Hate. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains double strike until end of turn. Interesting. For 6 mana, that's a card. Miasma Demon, discarding a number of cards when you do that. Up to that many target creatures get -2/-2 in a turn. Okay. Let's see what our cool rare card is. Kaito! Bane of Nightmares. Apparently this is a good card, and I guess, I don't know. Sure, why not? Anyway, let's open up our golden pack and see what we got. Ooh! Yes! All the playing for free, basically, is paying off. Alright, rare. The Tale of Tamio. 3 mana, Saga. 1, 2, and 3. You mill 2 cards. If 2 cards share a card type or mill this way, draw a card and repeat the process. And then finally on the last turn, exile any number of target instant sorcery and or Tamio Planeswalker cards from your graveyard, copy them. You may cast any number of the copies. Alright, next one. Cursed Recording, 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a time counter on Cursed Recording. Then if there are 7 or more time counters on it, remove those counters and it deals 20 damage to you. Tap. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. So it's very much a, let me play this on turn 4 and then start throwing out a bunch of damage spells so I can copy them. So my lightning strike, instead of dealing 3, is actually going to deal 6, but I only have a few turns before I'm dead. That makes sense as far as red goes. Sure. Growing Rights of Itlamok. Legendary enchantment. When Growing Lights... God, I can't even speak. Growing Rights of Itlamok enters. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform Growing Rights of Itlamok. Transforms into a legendary land. I can tap and add green, or tap and add green for each creature I control. That sounds like something I'll never use. Next one, Victor. That's actually pretty good. I was gonna put that in a black-white enchantment kind of deck as like a one of. 3 mana for a 3/3. A human warlock. He's got the hair going on for real, or is that? I think his hair is fine. I think is that supposed to be like a hat on his head, or is that Valgavoth in the background? I don't know. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, surveil 2 if it's the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, each opponent discards a card. If it's the third time, put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, kind of reanimatory thing. And last rare before we get into the mythic, Tangled Colony. 2 mana for a 3/2. It can't block. It's a rat. Whenever it dies, create X 1/1 black creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the amount of damage dealt to it this turn. So if I did a bajillion damage, then I'd get like a bajillion rats. Let's see what our mythic is. It is Mirror Room. Hey, that's the thing that that guy used against me, which was unholy. Mirror Room. 3 mana enchantment. Whenever you unlock this door, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it's a reflection in addition to its other types. And Fractured Realm. For 7 mana, if a triggered ability of a permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Yeah, so hey, got some cards. That's pretty rad. So, alright, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. Think about subscribing if you'd like to help out the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing and really helps out. Until next time, this is Dirty William doing the dirty work.